Kunwar, you mentioned before, touched on the point about, you seem to think that the gap is dividing even further and not coming together even further. Do you see that as being a regional or a global type of trend, or something just to localise to India itself?
I would say that the divide has existed around the world. The divide got extenuated with the increase in power requirements, and when the increase in power requirements at the rack level increased exponentially over a few kVA right up to the 5 to 8 kVA range at this point in time. The speed at which that increase took place, the facility side and the IT side kind of literally fell apart. Progressively, as the power requirements in the data center have tapered off, the pressures on the two sides have been a lot less. So they're less at each other's throats. Plus, technology has also helped in bringing bringing the gap closer. So if I wear my IT hat, the typical expectation is, why can't power be made available when I want it? Why can't I just put the servers wherever I feel like in the data center and not create hotspots or hot aisles? Why can't all this be made available, at literally, click of a mouse, the speed at which I can actually build an application or deliver a service? It doesn't happen. Now, if I wear my facility hat, the expectation is that the IT team should be able to give us a 6, 12, 18, 24-month projection of the compute that they will be deploying, basis which we'll be able to determine how much power is required. And most often, the IT guys find it very difficult to calculate and tell how much compute they will need 12, 24 months out. They can tell you through physical server sprawl that we've ended up using 10 servers over the last 2 years for a certain set of applications. We guess if the company is growing at some 30% rate, we probably add another five racks during the course of the next 2-3 years. So physical space, they're able to get a higher clarity on, but how much power they will end up consuming and what kind of servers they will buy for supporting that application, that always is a gap. And and I've seen that, Shaheen alluded to it as well. So my hope is that this gap does come down through closer interaction and with technology helping the process.
I also believe that in some ways one of the contributory factors to this divide between IT and facilities is because of the way many organizations are structured. So sometimes you have facilities that rolls into the finance organization, and IT which occasionally rolls into the operations organization, and sometimes the bosses and the reporting lines are quite different. So that also could be one contributory factor.
What sort of common ground, to both of you here, do you see that we can actually sort of bring to the table between the traditional, don't like the word FM, but more the building services type people and the IT people, so they can actually start to have a lot more closer discussions? There's lots of common interfaces, but how do you identify those and bring those to the table?
So I think recognition of the fact that the performances are interlinked would be one way to get them closer. So for example, there is some research available from Emerson where they say that for every watt saved at the server end, the building services people save 2.84 watts at their end. So the moment this interlinkage is realized in a data center environment, I think that sensitization does come in, and one is more open to viewing the domain on the other side. So I think one way of doing this is to look at performance parameters that are sensitive to the other side. So for example, if I'm from the building services side, then looking at how I can reduce server load with the IT expertise available in-house. And the same way, if I'm on the IT side, looking at how I could possibly look at energy consumption decrease.